So Ben is asking on December 9th, what is the fundamental difference between learning and conditioning? Oh, that's an interesting question. Often they appear the same. Uh, is conditioning learning is conditioning learning that occurs in the level of the body? Hmm. If this is the case, it doesn't seem like all conditioning is trauma. For example, feeling hungry at certain times of the day because you always eat at those times. Is trauma only emotional conditioning? Great question. So, yes. So, trauma is only emotional conditioning. Trauma is always emotional. Trauma is always related to unprocessed, suppressed emotions. As you know, Gabor Maté once said, trauma is not what happens to you. Trauma is what happens in you as a result of what happens to you. So, so trauma is always connected to emotional suppression. Uh, so you can say definitely that conditioning is learning that occurs in the level of the body. Uh, but the thing is that this learning can be adaptive and maladaptive. So the examples that you gave, and you can give many examples like that, right? So you can say that there are a lot of unconscious processes in the body, like for example how you walk. You don't actually consciously move every muscle in how you walk, or riding a bicycle, or the examples that you give with hunger. So you could say that this is a learning that happened by repetition. That's not related to conditioning. The conditioning, the maladaptive learning, basically comes from how we learn to survive in a situation that is dangerous for us or appears dangerous for us, right? So remember, when you're a small child, an angry adult is actually a threat, uh, and the strategies that we build to survive this environment, and then when we are adults, those strategies are actually no longer adaptive. Those strategies are not needed, and so the uh, the most fundamental form of conditioning is suppressing our emotional response, suppressing our authentic response, and suppressing our authentic selves, and automatically doing what is expected of us. And this can absolutely manifest on the level of the body. You can, at a certain part of the journey, you can actually feel how your body tightens certain muscles, how you automatically go into a specific response. And if you don't, it feels scary, even though you know intellectually that absolutely nothing threatens you. You may even experience those things in meditation. Uh, so the difference, I guess, between learning and conditioning can be summarized as uh, conditioning is the learning. It is learning in some way, right? So you're learning to survive in this situation. So conditioning is learning that is adaptive in a unnatural situation. So in a situation that is filled with threat and danger, but by nature's design, so to speak, shouldn't be, right? And so that's why there's pain in the mind, and that's why it is also sickness, right? So that's why society is very deeply sick, because people are conditioned uh, to live against themselves, to live against their nature by having been exposed to the society that is deeply rejectful and deeply hateful. Uh, so that's why I also say that conditioning is always related to violence or threat of violence. direct or indirect, right? So the conditioning always builds up as a response to violence or a threat of violence from an individual which should not be a threat to you. Uh, so you can exacerbate this conditioning without violence later by living against yourself, by doing things that are not good for you, by unleashing your anger, let's say, on innocent bystanders. But the bulk of it is created as a result of fear, as a result of learning some strategies to survive in the society where the relationship between individuals are highly unnatural and are very manipulative and coercive.